Thank you for tuning in to the HACARUS webinar series. Today we'll look into the Chinese AI market. China has focused on AI development on a national scale, and we will take a look into how AI has evolved in such an environment. Here we have the agenda for today's webinar. I will first give an overview of the Chinese AI market, followed by a quick analysis of key trends. What the Chinese tech giants are doing concerning AI will also be covered. Finally, long-term projections of AI in the Chinese market will be discussed before I summarize the webinar as a whole. Firstly, let's take a look into the Chinese AI market. Here you can see a graph from a report that iResearch published. The huge Chinese AI market is projected to continue its growth, expected to triple over the course of 3 years. The CAGR compound annual growth rate of this market is 41% as of 2019. The largest markets for AI are security and finance, with industrial, medical, and educational AI all considered to have high growth potential. A national strategy to be the global center of AI, announced in 2017, has also contributed to this growth. In the graph shown from Tencent Institute, you can see that China has the second most AI companies in the world, which is topped by the USA. Furthermore, when considering future projections, China will have greater ease of adoption due to more relaxed data privacy regulations. In the US and Europe, data regulations are far stricter than in China, where the government has deliberately weakened such regulations to boost AI development. American companies have the potential to be global platforms when it comes to hardware and software. However, their Chinese counterparts have the edge when it comes to data-driven, customer-oriented solutions. If Chinese companies are to take hold of data in developing nations, such as Southeast Asia, they could truly climb the ladder to be at the summit of global AI development. Now moving on, let's take a look into some trends that can be observed in the Chinese AI market. AI solutions have expanded their use cases to almost all areas of human life. Recent applications include areas such as internet, finance, security, and household items. However, use cases are still expanding, and fields such as education, medicine, and manufacturing are amongst those gradually starting to enjoy AI benefits. As application-level AI attracts more interest from investors, development is generally very vertical. That is to say, each AI will be developed optimized for its use case. Next, in this slide, you can see a graph concerning the trends of AI's technological capabilities. The two predominant areas of AI technology, machine learning and big data applications, are now a norm in many fields. This is particularly significant in fields where a large amount of data can be acquired. Industrial AI, such as computer vision, will grow, having high synergy with factory automation, and NLP, that is to say, natural language processing development, is significant for consumer applications focused around smart speakers. Moving further on, we will now take a look into the Chinese tech giants and how they approach AI. The Chinese tech giants are acquiring AI capabilities to drive their own businesses. Furthermore, many are also heavily focused on collaboration to create AI field ecosystems. Firstly, search engine giant Baidu has key focuses on AI, big data, and cloud computing. They are developing automated driving systems and also household IoT solutions such as smart speakers. E-commerce giant Alibaba founds its AI development on industrial solutions. Although utilizing AI capabilities in their consumer services, they have developed ET-Brain, an integrated solution platform for diverse use cases. Finally, Tencent, who are predominant in gaming and communication, are developing AI to enhance consumer experience. They apply AI for optimized gaming experience and optimized music streaming, as well as other consumer services. Furthermore, the B2B fields are also being explored, including education, security, and medicine. As the last part of this webinar, we will look into the long-term initiatives of AI, and two have been picked up. One long-term projection for AI is its integration with IoT devices. In China, 6 billion IoT devices are to be in use in 2020, and this number will continue to grow. Integrating IoT devices and AI to create an AIoT market is expected to take AI to a whole new level. In this case, creating an AIoT ecosystem first could be key, as the AI solutions depend on customer data, and holding such data is critical to success. Another long-term projection that we have picked up is an issue that has started to arise amongst the development and market expansion of AI. Such an issue is the gap of understanding between AI providers and customers. The conventional vendor-to-customer flow is problematic, and all organizations will need to be AI adapted in the future. The issue with AI providers is that they lack understanding of their client's business, the business model, operation flow, and key business initiatives. This is problematic as in many cases only the AI providers have the skills and know-how to update and optimize the AI to its full potential. To flip this coin, organizations introducing AI rarely have an AI-ready environment. That is to say, they not only lack AI understanding, they do not have any AI personnel. In these cases, it is sometimes impossible to adopt AI in the first place with organizations that have high security priorities, as they cannot allow outside personnel to access their data. To remedy this, it is obvious that collaboration at a high level is essential, and to truly solve this issue, organizations need to be AI ready to truly enjoy the benefits of AI. Finally, I will cover the key points of today's webinar. The key takeaways of this webinar are here shown in this slide. Firstly, the huge Chinese AI market is growing at a CAGR of 41%. This is in light of China's national strategy aspiring to be a global center for AI. In today's market, machine learning and big data are predominant, with robotics, computer vision, and natural language processing following. When placing organizations and corporations under the spotlight, the conventional vendor-to-customer flow is problematic, and in the future all organizations will need to be AI adapted. That's all for today, and thank you very much for tuning into today's webinar. We look forward to releasing new content in the near future.